Hello everybody and welcome to the Hashtag Hustle podcast. Welcome back. We're back here in the home of Sarby Vikings Rugby Club. Need to get a plug in for them. They're always recruiting new players, so look them up on their socials, which we'll also post on our socials to thank them for the use of this marvellous venue.
Yep.
Today we're going to talk about is Twitter dead?
Is what dead, sorry?
Twitter. X.
There we go.
Or is that how you pronounce it?
That's how I've been pronouncing it since Elon took over, yeah.
So is X dead?
Yes.
Lingy?
Done. Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh, sure.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Well, of course it is. I mean, when was the last time you put a post on Twitter? X.
See, I used Twitter for one thing and one thing only.
Oh, yeah.
when something's happening, to find out what's happening.
That's true. It's good for that. If you think something's happening, check Twitter first, because it's a lot quicker than the news. It always has been.
Yeah.
If something's happening, you'll get a trending hashtag and it'll be straight up and away, and you can click on the hashtag and see what's happening. Most of the time it's true. Sometimes it's not. But yeah, that's one use for it.
One use for Twitter. I get that can't be its own use. There's got to be something else.
I think Twitter, like you said, could be good for a company point of view. Like we're talking large companies.
Yeah.
If they're being closed for training, whatever kind of like announcements, news again to a company level, but an SME really doesn't have a use for Twitter. A business leader that wants to become sort of I hate that word again, but like a thought leader, who wants to do this sort of like opinionated little pieces of content could see some use on Twitter. Apart from that, I struggle to see the value of it. I don't know what your thoughts are. I
would say so. An ex-client of mine ran a CPC and transport management training business. They're no longer operating. That wasn't due to me and my social media marketing. That was just due to a decision that they made. I use Twitter and found there's a lot of truckers use Twitter, and a lot of the highways agent, because I think it's instant highways news, all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of sense. And I guess it kind of. Twitter is kind of a modern day CB radio, the social media CB radio. So I suppose it works for them. So yeah, I found a lot of truckers and transport people on Twitter, should I say. So it worked for that. But otherwise, Elon said he was going to get rid of the bots. There's even, from what I can see, because I do still use it now and again. From what I can see, there are now more bots than ever on Twitter. Every other day I'll get 2 more bots follow me on my various socials on Twitter. So it just doesn't lend it. And the other thing about Twitter is there's niches. So there's little corners and little pockets of we're into this and we're into that, and to sort of try and infiltrate that. If you're trying to target that audience with a marketing campaign, is really, really difficult, really tough.
Yeah.
So for me, yes, it's dead. Apart from
if you're a trucker,
and if you're a trucker.
Yeah, I mean, of what you said, actually, I used to have a client again at a previous job, specialised in tax, corporate tax in the UK. So for him, it made sense because whenever you had, like right now, we've got the autumn budget coming soon, so it would make sense for somebody like him to kind of comment and make these more, what I've called personal brand PR, opinionated things about, this autumn budget is going to be released soon. We've heard lots of things about CGT taxes being raised and so on. Again, it's all speculation, but this would be prime sort of space for somebody like this to go on Twitter and become what we call a thought leader. Bloody hate this word, but I'm just going to use it for the sake of this. But I think it would make sense for these sort of things. Where it wouldn't make sense would be for kind of any business that's like, right, I want to really be on social media, I want to promote a business, let's go on Twitter. No, that's your first kind of like red flag. I personally believe that there's no point to it. There's so many platforms out there, depending on what kind of business you are, and I think we're going to go into that a bit more in depth.
Yeah.
That could benefit you so much more than Twitter. But again, it depends on what sort of business you are, what industry you operate in, and who you serve, because you need to be on the right platform for the right audience as well.
If we use the name Twitter, does that stop us from getting sued by X?
I don't think anything stops you getting sued by X.
Yeah, I think, they'll find you.
Sorry, Elon, we're not trying to damage your revenue.
Yeah. Which I'm sure we're really worried about because he struggles with his revenue, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
I've heard some things recently. I mean, have you seen these robots he's done?
Oh, that's scary.
my God.
That was creepy.
Yeah. Have you not seen it?
No.
So there's been videos released of like these Tesla robots, which basically can do anything the human can. So you've got all these bartender robots, you've got like taxi drivers robots.
Yeah.
And I've seen videos that literally cannot tell if they're fake or real, but of them kind of shooting guns at Tesla cars and anyway, crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But however, I've also seen the counter side to that. Whether it's true or not, I don't know because it's on social media.
Sarah Connor's back.
Well, she's always been back. She's still a hero. That they're actually just puppeted. There were humans in the background and they were just motion.
Sort of like motion sensor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how true that is. So don't sue me, Elon. I don't know. If you want to send me a robot to play with, fine, crack up. We'll put it on the podcast. How's that?
Legal will use it for nefarious purposes only. That is guaranteed.
I don't know what you mean. But yeah, I mean, we're on robots now, so we're supposed to talk about Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
Elon, you've done it again.
Elon Musk, you go from Twitter to conquering space to, all these sort of things. Yeah, I thought we had to mention it.
I wonder
their attention.
I wonder where his car is now, the way he launched into space.
Oh, did he launch a car in space?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not up to date with what Elon's doing.
That's a long time ago.
I need to follow
his
Twitter account, what Elon is doing now.
I mean, whenever Elon posts something, you know that the shares of Tesla are going to move one way or the other by the extremes, and that is just gold to watch. Very entertaining.
I mean, there's some reason to say then that Twitter does have a use, but only for the owner of Twitter.
We've talked ourselves around to it because there are people who are using Twitter and do get a lot of traction on there. Elon's one, the POTUS, Trump. There are people that are using it, whether for good or bad.
Yeah.
Do get a lot of traction on Twitter, but it's just not. I think business-wise, it's not. It wouldn't do your business any favors to be on Twitter. I think it's a personal.
I think so. I mean, there are companies out there that do have Twitter accounts, and speaking personally, if they want me to put things on Twitter, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be anywhere where you can actually market yourself successfully as a company. It's good for updates and news on the business and things like that. If you've got a following already, great. But to try and start a Twitter page for a company now, probably not the best thing to start with.
No. There's nothing that makes me cringe more than going on a company's Twitter and checking it out because I'm just like, what the hell are you even doing on Twitter? And just seeing the same post that they put everywhere else just in 138 characters. And it's just like, that if this gets seen by anyone on Twitter, they will get so much hate because the people of Twitter hate sales. They hate salespeople. They hate things like, hey, follow us because of that. It's just cringe on Twitter anyway. So even if you did it right, you're only going to get some hate further down the line because the people of Twitter are a very specific species of people. And it won't be received. We love all people of Twitter, but it's a very specific little...
Yeah, we love you all.
Yeah.
But you're very weird.
It's a very specific ecosystem of mindset and, it can be weird.
I'm waiting for the Twitter war against this podcast then. Okay.
Again, if you've got any complaints, email him. Yeah, we have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, it's his idea.
I don't know what to say to that. Right, okay, moving on. So if we don't like Twitter, what are our favourite platforms, social media platforms?
Do you want to lead on that?
Hands down, YouTube.
Okay.
Lots of people go Facebook, Instagram, great marketplaces, but YouTube, you can get a good, loyal following on there. You can create some stunning visuals on there, and you can record every day on there as well. Also, with their new podcast section as well, you can upload podcasts there daily, weekly.
Awesome.
Which I will be doing once it's edited. I'll put it on there as well. Yeah. You were worried about that the other night?
No, I think it should go on. I think it should go on YouTube. I think it's a great platform and a great vehicle for putting ourselves.
It's great for putting yourself forward as, say, podcasters or gamers, things like that, but also businesses. Great for businesses because you can showcase behind the scenes. You can get to see who actually works there.
Yeah.
People absolutely love behind the scenes footage of industry because all they ever see is a faceless corporation, and it actually it humanises the company.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing, because if you humanise a company, then more people are likely to trust it, because it's not a faceless corporation. There are people working there who want to sell you their product, and they believe in their product, and it comes forward on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can embed those videos on your website, which helps keep your website, even if you're not updating your website, a new video will keep it fresh and keep it up to date.
It will, yeah. It improves your SEO. It constantly indexes your website onto the Google search engine. Yeah. So a new video, even if you just put it on YouTube, but if you've linked it to your website, will help people find your website, because it will bring Google back to your website to re-index because you've got new information on there. Which is why I always say to people with websites, you should always post something on your website at least once a week.
Yeah.
That's why blogs were such a big thing.
Yeah.
Every website I see, the majority of them don't have blogs or haven't posted in months.
Yeah.
Mine again,
we're not the shiny examples.
Yeah. I haven't posted a blog for months on my website because I've been busy doing other people's blogs and things like that. So anything you can do on your website that makes it easier for you, but also helps Google re-index it and bring you close to the top of the search results, is a good thing.
Can you still have streams of your social media on your website? Is that still a thing?
I think you can, yeah.
You have some plugins that do it.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a good idea?
It's not a bad idea. I mean, anything that, again, re-energizes your website and keeps it live and more further up the Google search engine is a good thing.
Okay.
Because how many people go to the 7th or 8th or 9th page of Google? Not many.
No.
Only sad people like me that want to try and find things. But if you can get on the first or second page of Google, that's a massive, massive plus for a company.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for anybody watching, what sort of business would you say is ideal to have a presence of YouTube?
I would say less of a service industry is more of a production company. So someone making a product. So you can employ someone like myself or all of us to produce or get someone to produce a video of your product. You can showcase that product on YouTube. It will also go onto your socials and your website. So it keeps everything fresh. And it actually shows you what the product does and is. And things like that. A picture's lovely. But if you've got a video of someone with a product showing you how it works, what it's like on the inside, how it's made, it helps you understand the product more. So in which case, you're more likely to buy the product.
Yeah.
So different applications could be things like tutorials, like, this is how you assemble this piece of equipment.
Tutorials are amazing on YouTube because they tend to have the highest hits. Some of the biggest hits on my secondary YouTube channel, which was my gaming channel, is tutorials. You can produce a fantastic video of your gaming, but so have hundreds of millions of other people. But if you show someone, if you get stuck in a game, say, and you find it really hard to find, and you have to search for a tutorial, chances are other people are searching for it as well. So if you do a video saying, "Oh, it's easy, just do this, this, and this," you're bound to get a lot more views because other people are struggling with it as well.
Yeah,
and that's how YouTube tutorials work, really. I mean, so if you've got a product you want to show a tutorial of how to do it, a friend of mine has a business who do underfloor heating. Biggest hit he's ever had was explaining how to do underfloor heating. So he showed the system, showed it going in, showed how to set it up, and he got tens of thousands of views on it, where most of his posts are 200, 300 views. It's a tutorial. So everyone wants to know how to do things.
Yeah. And I think from my point of view, where I focus quite a lot on conversion, it's also a great way to not just generate attention, but it's also attention that you can then turn into revenue for your business. So, there's those people that will go out there and be like, how do I assemble this piece of kit of this specific company? Or how do I put this together? How to do underfloor heating? And if your video is you've done the description properly, you've done the keyword search properly, it's quite likely that you're going to rank much higher than, there's a lot of Facebook and Instagram posts that might come up, but actually YouTube is always going to be the favorite one of Google because they are linked together. So, like you said, from an SEO point of view, it's also a great thing to do. And then it's quite likely that somebody who's going to look, how to do underfloor heating, they're not going to end up doing it themselves. They're going to look like, oh, right, that was a really interesting video. Who's that company? Look on it, go on the website, and then you go with that customer journey as well. So it's a great way to generate attention and convert it into revenue for your business as well.
Yep.
Absolutely. So what's your favourite?
I think it won't be a surprise to everyone that my favourite platform is LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn because it's not just for companies and brands, it's also for people that want to, LinkedIn years ago was basically just a jobs board. So you'd have your CV on there, you'd have your experiences, and you go like, hey, look how good I am, hire me. There was a lot of headhunting going on and so on. And recently, I feel, about 5 years ago, it's really switched towards that buzzword of personal branding, which again is there's so many words I don't like. That's crazy. I should stop hating words, but
synergy.
Synergies as well is another one. Oh god. Anyway, I'll talk about this later.
Revolutionising outside the box. I always like that one.
Or blue sky thinking.
Oh god, yeah. all of these buzzwords, but personal branding is one of them. It's a really good thing that some people have made really, really shit, but that's something for another day. But I really love how anyone can go on LinkedIn, post something, and that could be, if you're a business leader, one of your employees could do that, and actually that's going to make your business look really, really good because you have, if you've got a business that got about 100 employees, that's 100 brand advocates that might be promoting your business free of charge. You don't have to pay a marketing executive, you don't have to pay a company. I mean, please do pay me, I'll do it. But if you've got 100 employees, you should encourage people to be on LinkedIn and to be like, right, think about what's the latest project that you've worked on that you've really enjoyed. Take a picture, make a little post on it, make sure that they're connected with things like client and so on. And then you've just got people promoting your business all the time. And also you're making them enjoy their work, because if people are just always churning out work and you don't ask them to sit back and be like, what's the project that you've really liked in the last 3 months, they're not really going to do that thinking. So if you're a business leader, I would say if you're kind of like a medium or large business, encourage your employees to be on LinkedIn because it is a benefit to you. It might be scary if you don't understand it. And you might think, well, I don't really want to highlight my employees because they're going to be headhunted and so on. They will leave if they don't feel happy at their jobs. So you should be the person that does that for them. And if you do it properly, they're not going to want to leave. So it's a massively beneficial tools for both businesses and people that want to grow their careers as well.
And any of us are available to come in and sit down and talk with you and your employees and talk them through the process of being on LinkedIn, what to put, what not to put, what to stay away, what subjects to stay away from, and how to curate their own, for want of a better word, personal branding within your company, and then that's only going to be to your benefit. Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Then, Mule, what's your go-to?
So my favourite social media platform is got to be Twitter. No,
sold. Right, done.
No, mine's LinkedIn as well, but I'm a big fan of Meta. I like the which is Instagram and Facebook. I like Facebook more because it's more personal. I think it's good if you've got a small, Facebook is great for people like window cleaners or plumbers or people that are doing work in homes
and local areas.
Facebook is classic for those small businesses, and they can grow exponentially. I've got a friend who's got a window cleaning business, and he's got most of his business through Facebook. He's had to work at it. It's not been easy, but he's built up a really good round. I think he's taken on more employees due to the traction that he's got through Facebook and just posting regularly. I'm in X area this week. If anybody wants their windows clean, get in touch with me. And now he's got more work than he can handle. So I think I love Facebook for that and sharing your own personal stories. It's a friends and family platform mostly, isn't it? But it works really well. It's really good. They've changed it again this weekend, or was it last week? Sometime they changed it and they've moved things around and stuff.
On Meta,
stuff like that on Facebook.
Yeah.
which is really annoying. But then 3 days later, you're like, oh, this is how it always used to be.
Yeah.
So you get used to it pretty quickly. I think social media providers have got the idea of how to make things user friendly now, whereas sometimes back in the day, Facebook made a change in it, and it just took you months to get your head around.
The user interface back in the day on Facebook was terrible. As soon as they changed it, you were like, oh, where's that button gone? Oh, it's not a button, it's a symbol now. But you didn't tell me it was a symbol now, and it's not a standard symbol anymore.
Even nowadays, Meta can be a nightmare.
Yeah, Meta Business Suite sometimes does my crusting.
Yes. Let's say about that.
That's something for another episode.
That's a whole episode on its own.
Just scheduling system on that just does my head in. It's constant. Every time you schedule for a weekend at the moment, it fails to schedule. So you literally have to wait till it's supposed to have posted, then check to be able to post it and post it manually. So what's the point of scheduling it? You might as well just post it. It's
yeah.
I don't know whether there's a bug in the system or what, but it didn't used to be like that. But now at the moment, it's annoying the hell out of me. So
yeah, you have to always watch it, which is not something that you want for a scheduling platform. So obviously, you've got YouTube was your favorite one. For me, was LinkedIn. For you, was Facebook, Instagram, kind of Meta. What business would you say? I know we've covered yours a little bit, but for you, what would you say? What business should consider being on Facebook and Instagram?
Like I said, window cleaners, anybody who's doing work domestically, Facebook is you go to. Instagram is a bit different, where I would say I recently spoke to someone who did what's it called? Life coaching.
Yeah.
And I said to her, your best platform is is Instagram. By posting, again, what we were talking about earlier, the text pictures of sort of thought for the day or an inspirational quote or something like that. Do that and create a beautiful colour wall of or pattern or something like that on your Instagram. Get people engaging with it. That's the ideal platform for somebody like that. Creatives.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for me, obviously, I mentioned LinkedIn and I mentioned businesses, but it's anybody who is in the B2B sort of area and wants to not just create attention about their business. And obviously, there's a lot of recruitment being pushed out by LinkedIn itself, but also generating leads. A lot of the other platforms, there can be some difficulty with reaching out to people that, from a company to a personal profile on Facebook is really difficult, all these sort of things. If you're B2B, LinkedIn is the place for you to literally, you need to be on there, you need to be connecting with your target audiences, you need to be doing all of that networking thing, which is all that, LinkedIn's about. So I would say that's potentially a good area for you to consider if you're in any B2B service product, or if you're a business leader of a large B2C company and you want to do your own personal brand, then that's also something you need to be thinking about.
Yeah.
I did read a good article yesterday actually about LinkedIn. It said if you want work, take off your available to work. It said every time he'd done it and gone on holiday and things like that, he's come back, he's got pages and pages of people asking to do things.
Yeah.
As soon as he switches it back on, it goes quiet.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a strange way of doing it.
It does seem a little bit beggy. For me personally, I'm available to work. Well, tell us a bit about yourself and tell us what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. There's just something about it that's, for me personally, is a little bit cringe.
Yeah.
But you never know when I might be in a situation where I need to use it. Do you have it on yours?
It's on my personal one, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Literally, when I set it up, I went, yes, I'm available to work, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah.
I've uploaded to it, but I didn't think about. I just literally switched it on. I can switch it off. It's not a problem. I am available to work, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's great if you put up a post and say, look, I've just been made redundant. I'm looking for work in this sector or that sector, and all the people within your industry or even just your friends and that can share that.
Yeah.
But I think then putting available to work just looks to me personally a little bit big.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if someone sees your profile and likes what you do, they're most likely going to contact you anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you got that on or not.
But this is where social media is so divisive, because what one person finds amusing, one person doesn't. You can't you've just got to be it's probably another word you don't like.
Authentic, yeah.
You just got to be authentic and be you, and promote what you do, and just hope that it reaches the right people and hits with the right people. That's how social media works.
Yeah.
And I think what I like the most about LinkedIn is that, Facebook and Instagram, typically you post something, you kind of hope that it reaches the right people. LinkedIn, you can make it reach the right people. That's what I really like about it. It's a very proactive platform, and you can make things happen. And that's why I like it. Whereas Facebook and Instagram can be a bit on and off. There's so much talk about, algorithm this and algorithm that. And again, another word that I hate, because people just use it to kind of pass any message that is not always true. Nobody knows what goes on with the algorithm apart from the algorithm itself. But you can be very proactive with how you use LinkedIn, and you should be. And when you understand that and you, again, get consistent with it, it can be so, so good. But it is a lot of learning, and it is a lot of understanding how it works and what you want to get out of it, being really clear on your goals. But once you figure that out, you're good as gold.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm the official timekeeper again.
And
26 minutes.
26 minutes. So
Good.
Are we all done? So everybody, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching the #Hustle. I nearly forgot what we were called there.
Oh, blimey. Was that a second podcast?
We, again, from the lovely room in Derby Vikings Rugby Club, thank them again. Please like and subscribe. You'll find all of our socials down below. And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.